Welcome to the deep dive, and wow, just get ready, because tonight we are unpacking a fight night that absolutely shook the boxing world. Think about this. September 14th, 2025, Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas. It wasn't just full, it was electric. You could literally feel it.
Oh, yeah, palpable.
Over 70,000 fans jammed in there, a new record for Vegas boxing, apparently. Everyone there for these two absolute titans.
Mm-hmm.
And this wasn't, just another title fight. This felt different. A whole dynasty was kind of hanging in the balance. The anticipation was thick in the air. So our mission today really is to get right into that monumental clash. Terence "Bud" Crawford versus Canelo Álvarez. We're not just going to recap the punches. We want to dig into how Crawford, who many thought didn't stand a chance, pulled off one of the most, gutsiest upsets you could imagine.
Exactly.
We'll look at the strategy, the sheer genius in the ring, and the incredible stories behind these guys, what made them who they are, and crucially, what this night means for boxing going forward.
And it really is, when you look at it, just a masterclass.
Yeah.
A masterclass in adaptation, strategy, meticulous preparation, too. And just pure human will.
Totally.
We're going to explore how one fighter's, let's say, daring leap, his brilliant tactics, didn't just win a fight. It felt like he completely rewrote a script everyone thought was already finished. Set in stone.
Okay, so let's put ourselves right there. Allegiant Stadium, picture it. This absolute sea of green, white, and red. Just vibrant.
Mexican Independence Day weekend.
Exactly. So the crowd, talk about national pride. It was like a living flag, wasn't it? And you could feel the weight on Canelo Álvarez, their hero. The
Right.
expectation was immense.
And something else was unique, too. Beyond just the fight itself, the access.
Yeah, the broadcast.
Right, Netflix cameras everywhere, capturing every angle, every bead of sweat. For a global audience, no pay-per-view wall.
Which is huge.
It really was a significant shift. It opened this massive fight up to millions more people worldwide than usual, a potential game changer for how big events get delivered.
And we should mention the undercard, too, because it definitely delivered some sparks. Set the stage perfectly.
It did. Some good scraps.
You had Christian and Billy getting the nod over Lester Martinez for an interim WBC belt. That's the World Boxing Council, one of the big four sanctioning bodies, and interim means kind of like a placeholder champ.
Right.
Then Callum Walsh gave Fernando Vargas Jr. his first loss, and Jermaine Franklin Jr. outpointed Ivan Daichko in a heavyweight clash. Good action.
Solid fights, yeah.
But let's be real. Everyone, including you listening, I bet, was waiting for the main event. Billed as once in a lifetime.
And there can only be one. High-stakes titles.
Couldn't get much bigger. All right, let's break down the fighters. Start with the king, the guy who walked in as boxing royalty, Canelo Álvarez. Born Saúl Álvarez, Guadalajara, Mexico, 1990. He was 34 walking into that ring. And his record, 63 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 KOs, just formidable.
And his story is, well, it's legendary, isn't it? Turned pro at 15.
15.
Incredible. Skipped the amateurs completely and just systematically built this empire at super middleweight. He was the first undisputed champ there in the four-belt era back in 2021.
Holding all the major belts at once. Super rare.
Extremely rare. And by May 2025, he gathered them all up again. His style, everyone knows it. That chin, just granite, body shots that absolutely cripple opponents.
Jesus.
And counterpunches like, sledgehammers, basically. He's beloved for his heart, too, a genuine national icon in Mexico. But, legacies aren't built playing it safe. They're forged in fire, taking risks, and facing Crawford. That was absolutely his ultimate test, no question.
Okay, now let's flip the coin. Terence "Bud" Crawford, 37 years old. From Omaha, Nebraska. Not exactly a boxing hotbed, historically speaking.
Right, not the first place you
And
learned.
Bud's story, wow, it was like something out of Hollywood. Grew up tough, North Omaha streets, faced unbelievable hardship, got shot in the head as a teenager.
And drove himself to the hospital. It's an incredible story of resilience.
Right, he just turned all that pain somehow into this relentless drive, this purpose.
And you see that purpose in the ring. That skill set is just unparalleled. Especially the switch hitting. It completely messes with opponents' heads.
Southpaw orthodox, back again, seamless.
Exactly. He walked in 41-0, perfect record, 31 knockouts. He'd already made history, remember? First man in the four-belt era, undisputed at 2/8.
Light welter, 140. Then welterweight, 147, when he just dismantled Errol Spence Jr. in 2023. That was huge.
Huge. Then he conquered light middleweight, 154, in 2024. So for this fight, He jumped 2 full divisions up to 168 pounds.
Which is just audacious.
Totally. Came in as a pretty significant underdog, plus 145 odds. A lot of people were scoffing, saying, he'd be swallowed whole by the bigger guy. Just shows you this guy constantly defies what people think is possible.
And the build-up to this fight, pure theater, wasn't it? Global scale.
Absolutely. You had the Saudi promoter, Turki Al-Sheikh, the guy behind those massive Riyadh cards. He'd been working on this deal since, January 2025?
Yeah, for months. And it was also the big debut for Dana White's Zuffa Boxing under the TKO Group umbrella.
Right. Bringing some of that UFC mega fight hype into the boxing world, a new major player on the scene.
And we touched on Netflix, but it's worth stressing, they weren't just showing the fight, they were part of the architecture of this whole event.
Definitely. Ditching pay-per-view for a global stream. That was a real game changer. Just massive, unprecedented access for fans everywhere. Yeah. No extra cost beyond the subscription. Changed the landscape potentially.
Then the weigh-ins, always a spectacle. September 12th, both guys hit the scales at 167.5 pounds.
Which was a career high for Crawford, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And he looked sculpted, like granite, just incredibly fit.
Ready.
Canelo, meanwhile, total showman, flexing, mariachi music playing, his whole crew with the sombreros, soaking it all in.
Playing to the crowd.
And Crawford, cool as you like, adds this little bit of mystery, carrying this guitar case to the ring.
Which turned out to hold his custom gloves, right? A nod to Omaha.
Exactly. Nice little touch. And the belt's on offer.
Wow.
The WBC had this gorgeous commemorative belt. The Nahui Hui Altapeme looked incredible.
The real piece of art.
And the Ring magazine belt, their most expensive ever, valued at like $188,000. Gold, diamonds, just dripping opulence.
Yeah.
This was for legacy, for immortality.
And these big fights, there's always that psychological warfare element.
Oh, yeah, the mind games.
Canelo was the 2-to-1 favorite, clear favorite. Yeah. But you heard whispers from Bud's camp, didn't you?
Yeah.
About his speed, the angles, that unbreakable will.
Mm-hmm. You did?
And Crawford, he just leaned right into being the villain all week. Actually thanked the Mexican fans for booing him.
Ha! Yeah, I remember that.
Just showing he wasn't rattled. Trying to get under Canelo's skin before they even stepped through the ropes. A masterclass in mental games, too.
So the scene is set. The legendary Michael Buffer. Let's get ready to rumble. The whole stadium buzzing.
It's your goosebumps moment.
Canelo comes out first, bathed in those Mexican flag colors. The roar is just volcanic. Deafening support.
Incredible atmosphere.
Then Crawford follows. All black. Stoic. Just soaking in the booze with that little smirk he does. Unflappable.
He thrives on it.
Referee Russell Mora gives the final instructions. And then, 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time, September 14th. Ding ding! Round 1. History starts right there. And straight away, you knew this wasn't just going to be slugfest. It was high-level chess.
Absolutely. Tactical from the jump.
Canelo, orthodox stance, stalking forward, probing with those body jabs he loves. Crawford starts southpaw, circling, feinting, dipping, then pops this super crisp left, snaps Canelo's head back.
Got his attention early.
Definitely. Canelo answers with a hook to the ribs, but Bud slips it. No huge shots landed, but the strategies were clear. Canelo pressure, Bud angles, and counters.
And that early display from Crawford was so critical, wasn't it? Showing that unpredictability right away.
Yeah, like switching to orthodox midway through round 2.
Exactly. That wasn't just a stance change. It was a message. Yeah. He told Canelo, your usual ring-cutting stuff, not going to work tonight. He was neutralizing Canelo's game plan from the outset with that footwork and ambidexterity. Countering this strategy, not just the punches.
Then things really heat up through those middle rounds, say round 3 to round 9. This was the tactical core of the fight.
Intense rounds.
Canelo knew he had to impose himself, right? Started pressing harder, digging in with those body shots. There was a moment in round 3, a left hook to the body, kind of folded Crawford up for a split second.
Yeah, you saw him wince.
Followed up with an uppercut that just grazed the chin. But Bud's jab, man, it was like a piston. Kept creating space, peppering Canelo. Then late in that same round, round 3, Crawford explodes. 3 punches, jab, cross, hook, lands the hook clean, and Canelo wobbles against the rope.
Place erupted. Shock waves through the crowd.
Total shock and awe. You saw people grabbing their heads. And then round 4, vintage Canelo tries to answer back. Backs Crawford up, unleashes a barrage to the body. Thump, thump, thump.
Sounded brutal.
But Bud covers up, absorbs it, then fires back this vicious check hook that staggers Canelo. Momentum swings right back. Incredible exchanges.
And what really stands out in these middle rounds is Bud's conditioning. His ring IQ. He's taking serious punishment from a naturally bigger, stronger guy.
punishing body shots.
Shots that would break most fighters, yeah.
Yeah.
But he just absorbs it. Never seems panicked. Like in round 6, he takes that storm in the corner. The crowd's going wild for Canelo.
It's chanting Canelo.
Yeah. But Bud slips out, almost smiles, and then whips this left hook that rocks Canelo again. It's that ability to endure and instantly counter that was just breathtaking. Mental toughness alongside the physical.
So we get into the championship rounds 10, 11, 12. And you felt the tide had really turned, didn't you?
Decisively, I think. Crawford sensed it.
Round 10, he just made a statement. Jabs landing flush, hooks finding home. There was this one body shot. You could hear Canelo gasp.
Took the wind right at him.
Canelo's swinging back, kind of desperately now, looking for that one big shot. But Bud's defense was just, it was a fortress. Slipping, rolling, blocking.
Tight guard, great head movement.
Then in the 11th, Canelo does unload some haymakers. Clips Crawford with a right hand near the temple.
Moment of danger.
For a second, yeah. But Bud just eats it. And then counters immediately with the 3-punch combo that buckles Canelo's knees. The whole stadium is on its feet by now, just roaring.
Disbelief mixed with excitement. It was electric.
Final round, round 12. All heart from Canelo, really. Just pressing, hunting for that miracle KO. He knows he needs it.
Had to go for broke.
But Crawford was too smart, boxed beautifully, stick and move, then explode with flurries to punctuate the round. Lands another left hook right near the final bell, sends Canelo stumbling back. Gloves touch. Silence. Everyone holds their breath.
And it's in those late rounds you really see Crawford's greatness shine. Most guys would be fading, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially against the bigger man, after absorbing that punishment.
Absolutely. Running on fumes.
But Crawford, he actually increased his output, his precision got better. He wasn't just surviving, he was dominating. It really makes you question the limits of conditioning and strategy. He completely defied the size difference with his stamina and execution.
And then, the wait for the scores. Felt like an eternity. Michael Buffer steps to the mic. That iconic voice booms out. 116, 112, 115, 113, and 115, 113.
Unanimous?
All for Terence Crawford, new undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. And the reaction from Bud, just pure emotion, drops to his knees, tears streaming down his face. Not pain, just joy. Raw joy.
Incredible moment.
And you hear him roar, "I told y'all I'm not here by coincidence. God bless me. He made this night for me." Just pouring out.
Powerful stuff.
And Canelo, you got to give him credit. Class act in defeat. Hug Crawford tight. Said, "I'm glad to share the ring with great fighters like him. My legacy's there. I love boxing."
Gracious. Takes his record to 6-3-3-2.
While Crawford's still perfect. 42-0, .31 knockouts. Just flawless.
And when you dig into the ConcuBox numbers, they kind of back up what we saw, right?
Yeah, tell us about those.
Well, Crawford landed way more jabs, 142 to Canelo's 98. And his overall accuracy was better, too, 48% to Canelo's 42%.
Significant difference.
It is. But, you know, stats don't always tell the whole story, do they?
Not at all.
They don't capture that smile Bud had after eating a bomb from Canelo, or just that sheer refusal to be broken, that mental fortitude. That's something beyond punch counts. That's warrior spirit.
And this win. It wasn't just a win, it felt like a coronation, like history being made right in front of us.
Definitely.
Crawford becomes the first man, the first male boxer in this 4-belt era to be undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes.
3 divisions. Let that sink in.
Light welterweight, 140, welterweight, 147, and now super middleweight, 168. That's a jump from 135 pounds technically, across 5 weight classes, a 33-pound difference.
It's staggering.
We've seen legends jump weights, sure. Henry Armstrong, Duran, Pacquiao, incredible fighters. But undisputed in 3 divisions, spanning that kind of weight range, in the modern era with 4 belts.
Unprecedented, really. Bud isn't just undisputed anymore. He's undeniable. He's cemented his place among the all-time greats.
And the reaction online, on X, formerly Twitter, it just exploded, didn't it?
Instantly. Ring Magazine just put out Terence Crawford as one of one. That clip of him crying. Perfect summary.
Fans everywhere just in awe. Saw comments like, "Stayed up all night, most addictive game," from someone in Kenya. Another saying, "I had a dream Crawford won. History made."
Yeah, the global reach was clear.
Even the doubters, guys like Max Kellerman, who'd questioned if Bud could handle the size difference, straight up called it generational. It really resonated beyond just the hardcore boxing fans.
And connecting this back to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
The implications for boxing itself are pretty massive, aren't they?
Huge.
You've got Zuffa Boxing's debut under Dana White bringing that UFC-level promotion and hype. That felt different.
Yeah, new energy.
Then Turkel Al-Sheikh's continued influence, promising to make these mega fights happen more often. Maybe less politics, more action. We hope.
Fingers crossed. Less waiting years for the fights we want to see.
Exactly. And that Netflix model, pulling 25 million streams by the next morning, that's not just a success, it's a potential revolution in how the sport reaches its audience. It was more than just a fight. It felt like a blueprint for the future.
So where does this leave Canelo? He's 35 now. Does he push for a rematch? Try to avenge this?
It's the big question, isn't it? He's still a huge draw, still incredibly skilled.
Or does he maybe look at Bivol again at light heavyweight? Or even drop back down to middleweight to add more to that incredible legacy? He did hint at it, didn't he? If we do it again, it'll be great. Sounded like he wants it.
That competitive fire is definitely still burning. You could see it in his eyes.
And for Bud Crawford, man, the sky's the limit now, isn't it? What's left to prove?
Not much. But he said it himself. I've accomplished a lot, but I love the risk. That tells you everything. He thrives on these challenges.
Omaha must be going absolutely crazy. They'll need an even bigger parade than after the Spence fight, surely.
Oh, guaranteed. He's a hero there.
And you think back to what he said at that University of Nebraska-Omaha commencement speech in May 2025. Remember that line?
Which one?
Close the distance between improbable and inevitable.
Ah, yeah. Powerful.
He didn't just say it. He went out there on Saturday night and lived it. He made the improbable inevitable. Bud Crawford. Undeniable. One of the greatest ever. So when we boil it all down, what does this mean for us, for you listening? This deep dive into Crawford taking down Canelo, it's more than just a boxing story, right?
Thanks, Warren.
It's this incredible narrative about strategy, yeah, but also about resilience, about having the sheer audacity to look at expectations and just shatter them. Crawford didn't just win, he rewrote the rule book on what's possible. In the ring, and maybe beyond.
And it really brings up an important question, I think, for you listening right now. In your own life, your own challenges, maybe your career, your goals, where are you maybe underestimating that underdog approach? You know, that meticulous planning, that willingness to adapt, that mindset that Crawford showed, the mindset that could help you close the distance between improbable and inevitable. What strengths might you be overlooking? What established ways of doing things could be disrupted if you just prepared relentlessly and believed, like Bud did? It's definitely something powerful to think about, isn't it? As you face your own battles, big or small.